Scott Brown here. In today's exciting episode we catch up with Gaston. Here's Mafell tools. Some would consider the track saw and jigsaw from Mafell to be the best in the world. So, hope you enjoy this exciting episode.
Joiner is actually quite easy to fit.
Oh, it's real skinny, yeah.
Yeah, you can remove one of these ends to put the other rail. The Makita.
That's the Makita one.
There you go.
So this is the track that we're used to using. So it's got the aluminium extrusion sticking out, and then it's got the rubber tape underneath. And this is the Mafell track. That rubber locks in rather than sticking on. Ooh, it's got some weight, man.
So that blade is actually designed and milled in the way that actually the blade is absolutely 90 degrees right of the surface. So it's spot on. So I can go back. This is your guide, but can you see that it's actually
rocking? Yeah.
Rocking there. So you put your glider. It actually takes that difference. So
yeah, nice.
Okay.
And then obviously you're on the back of the track. You're not on the rubber side.
Well, I can. Yeah, that's right. All right. So you have this. Is your fence. You just open this.
Kind of like a skill saw one.
Yeah. And you can actually, without this, you can actually work in there. And or in here, you can cut perfect circles. You can have it on the right too, with the jigsaw coming over there. So you can go sideways, and
that's cool.
You can read the degrees, how many degrees
so
you want.
It's kind of like a track saw at that point. Where you've got
you can also put the fence in there, and yeah, it just sits on the track.
Do you want to cut something with it? Are you too scared to use it?
No, I can't.
Why?
New.
Oh, because you can't sell it.
Sorry.
So who's gonna buy this?
No one.
Oh, you keep it?
No, this is actually stock we hold. So at the moment we have the jigsaw. This one had one cut only and belongs to the agents. And I would love to have a demo unit for each model, but it's a huge amount of money. So they produce this particular blade that is like two blades in one. So they hardly bends. It's absolutely amazing. That blade allows you to cut really thick material pretty much without nearly bending.
I don't know if the camera will show it, but it kind of feels like a V shape. Ah, so that's how you get that real deep cut.
Yeah.
Without the blade bending on you.
Yes. But it's actually unique, and you can't use it on any other jigsaws. And that's it. Done. The other thing is you can open this and you can put it the other way, so you can actually come backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Come this way, cutting.
Both ways, huh?
Both ways.
How does the Collins coping foot work on this thing? Does it?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it's actually the most expensive one too.
That's a trick.
For the.
I like that. That's really cool.
For the vacuum.
So the vacuum goes into there. Boom. Most important question of them all for a lot of people. What's the price?
So the price for that, and for the manual.
For the
that you need to read the manual.
Absolutely.
As you know, I always say. This is $1,120 plus GST. Just for that.
What do you think? Would you pay $1,120 plus GST? I'll put the UK, US prices here.
It will be interesting to see the comments.
I don't know if I would. If I'm using a jigsaw every single day and the finished result is the main thing, maybe I'll consider that, because I haven't seen a jigsaw do all those things. But you'd really have to need it for that price, I think.
I know there's a lot of European customers. They use the jigsaw way more than New Zealand.
Right, so it's probably a daily tool for them.
They use them a lot. The duo dowler. Okay, so it's 3 tools for doing joinery. The domino joiner from Festool, we have the lamelo biscuit joiner, and then we got the duo dowler from Mafell. So here you are talking about like sort of a $2 grand.
$2 grand?
All right, yeah. The most difficult thing when you just you put dowels is actually for both pieces to join
To line up.
exactly perfectly. Yeah, so you
So
can
that-
do it with these. You can use drill bits from 3 mils up to 22 mils.
Yeah.
So it's 2 of them. These are your guides. All right. Dowels are super cheap, as you know.
So this is how
So
you do joins.
Yeah.
with
So
timber.
you can actually, you have the presets on the most popular angles.
Yeah.
All right. And then you can rise this bar as well. You can set the heights with this like in a router. Comes with heaps of accessories. All these numbers, and then you have to refer to your language, and then just it's not much information. You find more information on the tutorial videos they produce than this.
Do you, when you look at a manual, do you look at Spanish or English?
English now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
It took me, I don't know, good question, probably 10, 12 years. When I was starting to learn English here in New Zealand, it was a very boring conversation with me. I mean, I don't know what about now, but I mean, in the old days, like I was
couldn't say
talking to
much.
you, I was thinking first in Spanish, then putting that on English, talking to you, and then you were answering, and then I was doing exactly the same thing again to reply. I said, put it in Spanish, then on English. Then you get to the point that actually you just start thinking in English. So when you start dreaming in English,
You know you've made
that's
it.
it. Yeah, you made
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. And that's
So-
when you read the manual in English.
and then and obviously using the New Zealand slang that I love. I love it a lot.
Speaking of the best tool in the world, a lot of people consider this the best track saw in the world. One of them.
Open that.
Yeah, that's the money shot.
That is locked already. So you got the Allen key here
Yep.
to remove that,
So you don't have to press a button as
and you can
loosen
clean it. And also, if I want to push the trigger, it's not gonna let me do it. I will unplug it anyway, just in case.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then push this, close it, done.
That's
so
awesome.
if you're working on the rail, you just put the indicator for the depth in there.
Okay.
If you are working just on this base, you just put it in there, and you can
that's
adjust the depth you want.
That's awesome.
This is your micro adjuster for the depth as well. The other thing that I quite like about these is when you undo this, it releases the tension on that little rod that comes all the way through the back, tightens the
So you
back
only have
as
to
well.
do one at a time.
It's just only one.
That
In the
is
back you don't
so
touch
great.
anything. The other thing you can do is you can do a scoring cut. So on the scoring cut, you flick the switch. Say you want to cut something with.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite things about the Makita one.
So you go down first, that's only 3 mils,
Yep.
and then you flick this off, come back again, and then you just go your full
Full
depth.
depth.
So it's no splitting. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. That's a cool thing because Festool don't have that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, that's even better than for Mafell. So you look at your line, so it actually compensates.
Oh my god, yeah.
See your
Oh, so
you
it
match
tells
that
you where
with
your
the
blade
line.
is gonna hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is actually for keeping the dust away.
Oh, so it doesn't fly out.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But you know, like usually there's a hole there for the blade change. Yeah, a lot of people put duct tape over it.
Yeah, the Festool got an open
Yeah.
window there, but actually Festool still have a good
Dust
sort of a
extraction.
dust extraction performance.
Yeah.
You can remove this one here
Oh,
that
yeah.
sits on the Festool one.
Is that the whole reason for this?
Yep.
So that would go on my Makita ones.
There is a version of this one with 18 with battery.
Oh really?
Yeah, but the price is just
On another level?
just
Now, I don't need it now because I've got a track saw I'm happy with, but if I was in the market for a good track saw,
so that one is 1325 plus GST.
1325 plus GST. I'll put, and do you get the tracks with this?
No, you buy that separately.
So how much extra to get all the tracks and the clamps?
The bag with 2 clamps, 2 rails, and the jointer. Those they go for 755 plus GST.
So like anything, tools tools of that price aren't for everybody. But if you use a track saw every day and you want the best one, I can see why you'd buy this. I'd consider it if I did not have a track saw and I wanted to get the best one, because it's the kind of thing I use all the time. Very cool, very cool.
And again, the performance.